is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny gameplay video. Now, I apologize in advance. I got my kiddo here with me. He's watching cartoons, so if you hear him in the background, don't worry about it. I just don't have a lot of time to get a video up, so I can't kind of like wait till he goes down for a nap, because I am headed out of town for the weekend to do that retreat with the kids from the community center. So I'm running on borrowed time here. But anyways, so I just wanted to talk briefly about the changes to the control playlist in terms of the matchmaking. So we received an update this week that they were trying to focus a little bit more on connection and more relaxed, sort of jovial lobbies. So they took, you know, a little less emphasis on player skill that matches yours and a little more emphasis on the connection. And we had some mixed results. You know, my very first game since the changes, I spawned in late in a match against Trevorkey, and then I matched up against 13 Devils, and then I matched up against Primal. So I was like, what? This isn't working. But then after that, it kind of leveled out a bit, and I did get into some pretty enjoyable lobbies that, you know, we were able to just kind of goof off. And I did exactly what, you know, Deej said in the update that they were hoping you would be able to do, and that is play with your friends that aren't necessarily PvP players that want to play PvP, and not really just jack up the matchmaking by having someone on your team who's high skill and completely ruining the lobby for everyone else. So I did exactly that. I spent some time last night with some friends. Did some dual streaming with Morg Achilles. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She's a PvE streamer, but she's doing a little bit of PvP as well. She's funny. She's lewd. She's lots of fun. So I'll drop a link to her Twitch in the description. You can go check her out if you'd like. But anyway, so we did that, and we had a lot of fun, and we had mixed results. Some of the lobbies were a little sweaty, but that's exactly what we expected with this update. That's what they told us to expect. Sometimes you're gonna get your butt kicked, but generally speaking, we're hoping that the lobbies are just going to be a little bit more relaxed. And that was the majority of our matches. Were a little bit more jovial and light and relaxed. So I'll show you one of the most fun matches that we had last night at the end of the video, and I'll get to that later. But so, did the matchmaking update work? That's the question. I think it kind of did. In terms of player connectivity, I had some mixed results though. I had some really weird lobbies that looked green bar, but what was happening around me was not very green. It was really confusing. I had some pretty significant laggers, and we had to change lobbies a couple of times because of it. I tried going in here with another guy from 13 Devils, and we kind of teamed up and went through some control, and it seemed like most of the lobbies that we got into for that afternoon were extremely laggy, and you know, we had to change lobbies literally after every match. But last night was a little bit different. I was in the control playlist for a couple of hours straight and really didn't have a lot of issues in terms of connectivity. There were a couple of outliers, a couple of individual players who were a little wonky, but that's to be expected, I suppose. Now, one of the things I did like about this is that it kind of felt like year one, where I was able to mess around with classes I don't normally play, skills I don't normally play, and still have some success, mild success, doing that. So I actually went back on my Sunsinger. You saw some of the Sunsinger gameplay there, and lo and behold, I'm actually playing decently on the Sunsinger without using Viking Funeral. I know a lot of people said that's not possible. If you take that skill away, then you're killing the subclass, and that didn't happen. I run Touch of Flame, but I don't run Viking Funeral. I use the Radiant Skin instead. And, you know, I had great success, not just in this playlist, but even playing in a little bit more of the sweaty playlist, the 3v3. And it still works. It works just fine. You can still burn things with your firebolts and do a decent amount of damage and make them back off if you need to. Do crowd control with them. And Viking Funeral, not having that on, didn't kill the class at all. In fact, I still had some ridiculously positive matches without it. Then I also kind of came back to my Blade Dancer. I haven't played with Blade Dancer a couple weeks. And before that, I hadn't played it in literally over a year. So I had a lot of fun. I actually whipped out this Strongbow D, and this thing actually is okay. as you saw in some of the gameplay earlier, shutting down that Sunsinger off the res, and just kind of doing these jump shots and stuff. I had a blast, I really did, and I don't typically enjoy shotgunning, but I whipped out my party crasher and my strong bow, and I had some great success. Now I would be interested to hear, if you have played the new Control matchmaking, what your thoughts are and what your experiences have been. Has it been pretty similar to mine, where you kind of get a mix of lobbies? I kind of like it because at least we are getting a mix. I don't feel like I'm going super try hard all day, every day, all the time. So, and that kind of takes me back to, like I said, it takes me back to year one, and how a little bit more light it was, and having a little bit more diversity. Now, the last match we played was we played on Skyshock, and I'll show you that here in a second. It was our last match, and the guys we were playing against were playing kind of sweaty, and we were just really tired. So we were like, screw it, we're just gonna race. But then we had a couple of guys on their team actually joined in with us, but then there were a few that just were trying to farm us for kills and just post up on rocks as we're doing the circuit and try and snipe us and kill us. So I ended up getting a little bit of vengeance, and you can see that here. Guys, I love you so much. I'll be gone for the weekend, like I said, so I won't have any new content till Monday, but I will catch you later in the Crucible.
Someone's shooting me with the icebreaker.
B-Dog. Yo, get out of here. B-Dog, I can't believe you. Get on stream and you using heavy B-Dog. I killed one of them. Wait, why is Dionysus Ryan's crying?
Oh, I got killed by an arc blade, Dionysus. Come
on. I'm gonna come look for this guy.
I can't bow to anyone.
It's been over for like 6 minutes now,
30 seconds to kill.